In this video, I'm going to teach you a technique you can use to make sure you never go and catch an edge. How can I demonstrate an edge catch without dying? Anyway, edge catching is when you go like too flat base and you like clip your toes, clip your heels. It results in some gnarly slams. You see it happen a lot in stuff like butters, where people are like buttering and they clip their edge and you get tossed. But there's techniques we use as professional snowboarders to make sure edge catching isn't a problem, to an extent that I can go jump up into front board, back board, swivel. I'm just not remotely concerned about catching an edge at any point in any of these motions. So that's what we're going to learn today, how to go and unlock that control and flow state that lets you go and land sideways, do butters all with confidence. And it all comes from having your balance point. When snowboarding, a lot of people ride too tall. This keeps your weight set over your flat base. If your flat base, when you go shift into a board side, it's going to go and put you at risk of catching an edge. But when you get more advanced at snowboarding, you start making it so every single time you're going and on your board doing a turn, doesn't matter, you have a slight bit of edge pressure. And how buttering and side slips work is if you have your edge pressure, so here, forward facing, so I'm heel edge pressure, it becomes impossible to catch an edge. I could go and slam as hard as I wanted into here, but as long as I maintain that little bit of edge pressure, I won't catch. Same with front side. If I'm back, then I'm made to make sure that my heels are up. So this is the principle we use, and it's really important for safety. Say you're learning frontside 180s, you try to pop a front one, under rotate, you need to make sure you're landing with those heels up in that heel side slide up position. If you're rotating with your back to the landing, say back one, under rotate, you need to make sure you're landing with your heels slightly up. But how do we do this without compromising our form? This is done through something called stack positioning. Stack positioning has two forms. Your toe side stack positioning, you'll know you're on this when you're slightly turning towards your toe edge, and your heel side stack position. This is where you're slightly turning towards your heel edge. From this point, my pressure points are on either my toe edge or heel edge. So that means I won't be at risk of catching an edge. So we'll go and show an example of this quick. Here, I'm on my heel edge, so that makes it so I can completely butter around, swap it without any issue. If we're doing the butter the other way, it makes it so we can swap it around, move around without needing to worry about that edge. Those are very down low, so where it's easier to hold that edge pressure, but how do you do this for your butters where you need to be a little more tall in order to keep that power over your board? We do this through squatting up and down of our body, keeping everything connected. Watch this. As my legs go down, my upper body comes, so as I squat down, my chest comes to my knees. But I don't want my upper body to come down without that, or to stay too straight. If you try to keep too straight of a body as you squat down, it's going to make it so your weight is what? Set over the center of your board, making it susceptible to catching an edge. If you try to lean too forward, it's going to make it so you don't have enough power and weight set over your board, making it so you can slip out and chunder. So what you need to do to make sure you never catch an edge is just get really comfortable in these stack positions. It has a full range of motion of 360, and that motion is trying to find that balance point and loading on, getting that full range of motion so you can get fully 360 movature while maintaining this subtle edge position. And this is all done by keeping that weight set over that toe point and heel point and swapping between them fluently and efficiently. And this is also what helps landing. So when I'm doing something like a front one, I'm shifting from that heel edge balance point to that switch toe edge balance point. Cab one, other way around. And this makes it so much more safer to start doing these butters. We'll get into a little clear section here. So if I'm doing like a front one butter, I'm going to keep my weight stacked over my board, and then I'm going to keep that edge going. We'll do a little 360 thing here. If I want to keep my board turning, I'm going to swap edges every 90. So here, I'm spinning in circles, I'm swapping my edge for every point, getting very dizzy in the process. And that's really the secret. If you go and have your edge up, going the direction that you're going downhill, it's impossible to catch an edge catch. And if you go and keep that little bit of bend in your legs, that bend in the torso, the body position stacked over your board, it makes it so you have that mobility to rapidly adjust your angle of your board, your positioning, and stay completely in control. And that's what unlocks these butter tricks, this flow, all that good stuff. So if you're struggling catching your edge on your snowboard, I highly recommend taking some time, turning, finding the stack positions, getting that range of motion that you can really get up and loose with it while staying in control, because once you can do that, you'll really be able to start spinning like an absolute lunatic down the mountain. If you enjoy videos like this one, leave a comment below, helps boost the channel, and we'll be back at it with another video soon. Have a good one.